Appreciate the warm welcome and everybody being here, and President Mason, thank you for being here. And I don't know if I want to say the kind introduction. Brooks, you got something going there, but really great to have you here with us, you and Ken. And Gary mentioned Brooks' match back in the 80s against Volker. I was at that event actually, and that's probably the best, one of the top 3 sporting events I've ever witnessed live. It was just a great evening. Brooks did a great job out there, and I thought the roof of the car was going to come off. It was just a great event and well-chosen opponent too. So, but even more so is what Brooks has done since his time competing. And I think that's been covered a couple times today. I think that's what the most important thing is, what all the student athletes do beyond after they finish their careers, and Brooks has done great. So thank you for being here also. I want to extend my thanks to the I Club. Certainly, very welcome to you're in the front seat now, so welcome there. Great job today. Certainly the band, Spirit Squad, dance team, thanks for you guys. You guys came alive on those prizes. A little worried about you. It's like our game last week. You guys came alive again. So, nice job. And Josh, great having you here. What a fantastic job you've done at Fry Fest. And it's great to have Coach Fry back, because I spoke to him a couple weeks ago. He was really excited to get back here. So thanks for your work on that. Great to see Coach Elliott out here. Coach, I haven't seen you in a while, so great to always to have you in the crowd. Appreciate you being here. Probably the biggest thing I'll do today is introduce our first-year players. Before I do that, we took a vote as a staff, and for the sake of moving the program along, I'm going to ask the whole staff to just stand up and be recognized. I work with a tremendous group of guys. If I could, I'd just ask them all to stand up and be recognized real quick. They are our coaching staff. I will single out, I know Joe Morgan's here, so Joe is one of the spots who joined us this morning. And we have a couple first-year people on the staff, if you will. LeVar and Brian are hardly first year, both of them. I've sat at both ends of this breakfast, got to experience that end of it. We're captains in our program, so it's great to have them back on the staff. But new to the Johnson County I Club breakfast is Greg Davis, and his wife Patsy is also here. Mike, I see your group back there. Great to have you guys with us too. Appreciate you being here on top of it. And before I get too far, I'll introduce one other person. We've got some family members of our first-year players. One was already introduced, my wife, but also my sister joined us from Colorado. My sister Julia is here. She has a pretty good record, so she's always welcome in town. And before I get to the players, if we do have any family members, if you could stand and be recognized. I don't know if anybody's in for the breakfast yet, if anybody at all. All right. That's where the support comes from for all of our players, and we great to have you with us. Appreciate that. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order and read the guys off of us and come across, so please hold your applause. This is a great tradition, I think, because certainly, as Gary said earlier, you get the first-year players coming through here at the start of their career. And at the end of the season, the last breakfast, I think one of the highlights for everybody's career is the seniors coming through it. It's really a long, hard road. What our players invest physically, mentally, on top of all the things they do that all the other students do at our school. It's really commendable. It's to me the result of the fact that they work hard. They've already had those habits instilled in them. They get great support at home typically, and they get great support from all angles on campus, and that's how good things happen. So this group joined us about 5 weeks ago. We started camp right there at the turn of August. They've already been doing an outstanding job. They've worked hard. 2 weeks into school here, so it's all good. We're just really pleased to introduce this group to you. So I'll ask them to come across, and if you could recognize them afterwards, I'd really appreciate that. First up is quarterback from Franklin, Tennessee, C.J. Beathard. Defensive back from Canton, Michigan, Kevin Buford. Offensive lineman from Bellevue, Iowa, Jalen Chambers. Offensive lineman from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, Cole Croston. Defensive lineman from Lake Forest, actually from Toronto, Faith Ikitaki. Tight end from Iowa City, Steve Ferentz. Iowa City. Wide receiver from Chicago, Maurice Fleming. Defensive back from Plano, Texas, Anthony Garrett. You guys all look good, by the way. Running back from Erie, Pennsylvania, Greg Barman. Running back from Cedar Falls, actually Denver, Iowa, played at Cedar Falls High School, Barkley Hill. Walking without crutches. Defensive tackle from Westchester, Illinois, Jalil Johnson. Offensive lineman from Fort Byron, Illinois, Mitch Kepi. Defensive lineman from Bloomfield, Iowa, Will Kinkart. Tight end from Norman, Oklahoma, George Krager Kittle. Excuse me. Almost not that cold in there, George. Got a punter from Bridgeport, West Virginia, Connor Cornbrath. Defensive back from Detroit, Michigan, Ruben Lau. Also without crutches. Wide receiver from Plantation, Florida, Greg Maven. Running back from Sioux City, Michael Malloy. Linebacker from Tabor, Iowa, Nate Meyer. From Jackson, Nebraska, linebacker Jeremy Nelson. Defensive back from St. Paul, Dial, Agundipo. I'm struggling on that one now. Drew Ott is a defensive lineman from Trumbull, Nebraska. Reed Sealbeek, offensive lineman, Byron, Illinois. From Oskaloosa, linebacker Dalton Shaw. Wide receiver from Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, Devon Smith. Linebacker LaRon Taylor from Detroit. Defensive lineman from Weston, Florida, Demontis Venkus Kuchera. Offensive lineman from New Lenox, Illinois, Ryan Ward. And then Cameron Wilson's a wide receiver from Dublin, Ohio. Sean Draper's a defensive back. Slipped off the list there, Sean. I skipped you. I'm sorry. I apologize. From Cleveland, Ohio. These are all the guys that started with us at the start of camp back in August. Again, they've done a great job, and please join me in welcoming Iowa.